reveal himself more clearly. Why do you think Jewish people are successful? How do you think Jewish people are successful? I think that their lives.
He's back in here soon.
To bring the heater. Since the heater ain't work.
You said what?
We never got the heater working.
I said heaters. We had heaters in here.
Yeah, we ain't get them working though.
Yeah, we did. We had them in here. I remember.
Mm-hmm.
You don't remember the heaters was in here? It was
I feel
like 3 of them
good.
in here.
I feel good in here.
Nah, I ain't saying that. I said soon.
We'll be all right.
Soon.
All right. Hold on, we about to get started. All right, everybody. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Welcome back to the Hebrew Chosen Elect Shabbat class and Bible reading. This week we'll be picking back up the book of Leviticus, chapter 25. But before we get started, a couple of announcements. First one being upcoming new moons and high holy days. Next new moon will be November the 21st. November 21st at sundown for the next new moon. That'll also be the start of the 9th month, which is the month of Feast of Dedication, which we'll be celebrating the Feast of Dedication or Hanukkah, as it's also known, December the 15th at sundown. So new moon, that's going to be on a Friday, and the Feast of Dedication or Hanukkah, that will be a Monday, December the 15th at sundown. So mark your calendars. If you'd like to come out, you can get in touch with me, Brother Yakanan, and we can get you the exact location to come out and keep the feast day with us. December 15th. And y'all Ray just sent me a message. Hey, brother, Khan, like, you can come up anytime. This is Brother Yahweh from DC. You can come up anytime. Matter of fact, so we just announced our upcoming feast days being the new moon or dedication. Come up to either one of them. Come up to both of them. Or any other Shabbat. Always welcome, brother. So yeah, that's new moon feast of dedication. Also, if you'd like to contact me, you can do so on Facebook or through phone or text. You can reach out to me or follow me on Facebook at We Are Israel, Gemaria Yashala, or you can contact me through phone or text at 302-510-7147. Also, please like, share, subscribe to our YouTube channels at HCE Red Pill Reality and HCE Reloaded. Also, before we get started, you can donate and help out our ministry by sending alms through Cash App at # Hebrew Chosen Elect, or of course, in person if you like to bring cash, we accept that as well. And then last but not least, upcoming coat drive and coat giveaway. We'll be taking donations for our giveaway all the way up until roughly around December 21st, somewhere around there, we'll have the coat giveaway. So we take physical donations of brand new coats or used in good condition, winter hats, scarves, socks, blankets, whatever will help somebody stay warm throughout the winter season. We accept all donations. Also, we accept cash donations, cash Apple donations, where we'll just go out and we always, with our donations, buy as much coats and winter apparel as we can. And you can donate through that, obviously in person if you want to bring cash, or through Cash App at a different Cash App, which is hashtag BDANI01. That's Cash App BDANI01. Earmark that coat draft. That's the last of the announcements. So we'll get into the reading. Like I said, picking up back at Leviticus chapter 25. This class will be diving into a couple different topics with this chapter alone. So we might make it all the way to 27. That's where I have it marked. It will be reading to. We might just finish this chapter. We'll see. We're going to be definitely touching on the Deuteronomy 29, verse 11, giving clarity and understanding to the novices and unlearned of the meaning of the strangers being there with the Israelites while being going in covenant, what that means, what it doesn't mean. So without further ado, unless anybody has any questions, which I don't see any in the comments, we'll go ahead and get straight to the reading. Leviticus, everybody go to Leviticus chapter 25, verse 1. And if you don't mind, y'all, you got it? All right. Yeah, go ahead whenever you're ready.
Leviticus chapter 25, verse 1. And Yahweh spake unto Moses in Mount Sinai, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, When ye come into the land which I give you, then shall the land keep a Sabbath unto Yahweh. 6 years thou shalt sow thy field, and 6 years thou shalt prune thy vineyard, and gather in the fruit thereof. But in the 7th year shall be a Sabbath of rest unto the land, a Sabbath for Yahweh.
Mm-hmm. So basically, like we are shepherds and husbandmen, right? That's our main jobs, being Israelites, having the land and all the fruits thereof. So basically, the same way he gave us a day off during the week to take off and rest, he also gave us a year off from work, and the land a year off from being worked. So, and here in America, we talk about all the time. That's something that you don't see. The Esau, he conquers the world, and he goes and he takes all the resources, all the fruits and agriculture and meat and everything that he can get out of the earth. Esau is going to take it, and there's no days off. There's definitely no whole years off. So the Most High said that we was to give the land rest, and there's a reason to that, which I think is going to explain. Go ahead.
Thou shalt neither sow thy field, nor prune thy vineyard. That which groweth of its own accord of thy harvest thou shalt not reap. Neither gather the grapes of thy vine undressed, for it is a year of rest unto the land. And the Sabbath of the land shall be meat for you, for thee, and for thy servant, and for thy maid, and for thy hired servant, and for thy stranger that sojourneth with thee, and for thy cattle, and for the beasts that are in thy land, shall all the increase thereof be meat. And thou shalt number 7 Sabbaths of years.
Okay, so it didn't go in detail, but yet, but what was I saying? So yeah, it would be a Sabbath for rest. Where was I going with that? So that year of rest is going to give the earth, when it's the same way when you get rest, it makes you stronger. If you just work and work and work, you wear your body down, right? So the earth is the same way. You just take and take and take and work the earth, and it doesn't get rest. You're going to wear out the earth. That's why really you don't see crops everywhere. You don't see stuff growing of its own. Like we read in Genesis that stuff would just grow of its own. It wouldn't even have to be worked. That's how it originally was. Now you don't even see it being worked. Like it's scarce to see it. Like, you know, it's the crops and few between, right? And part of that is because you don't let it rest. That's why they have to make things in laboratories, because they don't let the land get the rest that it needs. And a lot of good things come from that, the rest, but also all these fruits and vegetables and herbs, whatever it yields. When they fall off, they do what? They enrich the ground. They enrich the ground. So, you know, everything the Most High does is for a reason. So the same way, all the foods that we don't eat, the animals that aren't food, they have a purpose. Nothing's for no reason. And most of them you see on there, their purpose is to what? Either clean the waters, keep the waters clean. They work as, what's it called? Filters. Yeah, natural filtration system that the Most High has already set up, right? And even on the earth, your pigs will do what? You got pigs, you don't have need of landfills. You got pigs, you don't have need of the trucks coming every once a week, and you got to put your trash cans out, because you can just throw all your stuff that you got to get rid of. That pig will eat all that.
It's natural.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's natural. Yeah, yeah, right. And then the animals that don't serve in that capacity, that are unlawfully eat, they serve in another capacity as transportation. You got to move a whole house. You get a carriage, you load it up, and you got the camels or the horses, and they can serve as vessels for travel. Like before we had cars, we had horse, we had camel, we had donkeys. So everything's for a purpose, the same with that rest for the land. Now we're going to go into the rest of the 7 years, 7 times 7. So go ahead.
Verse 8. And thou shalt number 7 Sabbaths of years unto thee, 7 times 7 years. And the space of the seven Sabbaths of years shall be unto thee 49 years. Then shalt thou cause the trumpet of the Jubilee to sound on the 10th day of the 7th month, in the day of atonement. Shall ye make the trumpet sound throughout all your land. And ye shall hallow the 50th year, and proclaim liberty throughout all the land unto all the inhabitants thereof. It shall be a jubilee unto you. And ye shall return every man unto his possession, and ye shall return every man unto his family. A jubilee shall that 50th year be unto you. Ye shall not sow, neither reap that which groweth of itself in it, nor gather the grapes in it of thy vine undressed. For it is the Jubilee, it shall be holy unto you. Ye shall eat the increase thereof out of the field. In the year of this Jubilee, ye shall return every man unto his possession. And if thou sell aught unto thy neighbor, or buyest aught of thy neighbor's hand, ye shall not oppress one another. According to the number of years after the Jubilee, thou shalt buy of thy neighbor, and according unto the number of years of the fruits, he shall sell unto thee.
Okay, so what verse we at?
16.
Finish 16, then I'll explain it.
According to the multitude of years, thou shalt increase the price thereof, and according to the fewness of years, thou shalt diminish the price of it.
Mm-hmm.
For according to the number of the years of the fruits, doth he sell unto thee.
So it's talking about if you have to, for whatever reason, you want to sell your land, which is going to produce fruits and crops, right? You need the money, whatever. or you just want extra money. So when every 50th year, your possession is supposed to go back into your hands, no matter who you sold it to or who's taking it. It goes back. Everything is restored that 50th year. So it's letting us know basically the price, how to set the price for when you're going to sell it. So say you sell your land, say this was the Jubilee. Year's about to start a whole new count, and you sell your land, the first beginning of that new cycle of 50 years. Your land is going to be valued way higher. It's going to be at its max value. It's going to be at its max value because the person that buys it is going to be able to get crops and food and make money off of that land for the next 50 years before he has to give that land back. But it says, so as the years get closer, the price goes down. So the value of that land drops each year after the Jubilee, and you get closer to the next Jubilee. So say there's like 5 years left till Jubilee, that land is going to be a whole lot cheaper than if you had bought it at the beginning, right after a Jubilee. You understand? So because it's based off of how much money the person buying it will be able to make off of it while they have it. So it's kind of like a car loses value as it gets older, whereas the land goes more into the cycle up to the next Jubilee, it loses value. But really, it don't lose value. It's based off of what the person getting it can make off it, because they have to give it back. As opposed to a car, it's just losing value because it's getting old and you got to work on it. No, this one, they got a certain amount of time they can make money off it. So that's how the pricing goes according to, we're in a 50-year cycle. How long until that next 50-year cycle?
So so in law, that's a form of tenancy. When you buy a property, you are a tenant. And the Jubilee hour is the hour in the sense of tenancy.
Yeah, right. In that regard, right. But this is, yes, but also this is just to clarify, this is talking about ownership. Because like if you still own it but you renting it out, like they ain't gotta leave if you still don't rent it out. You understand? Like I got this property and I'm renting this house out to this guy. He don't gotta leave. I don't, it's not talking about that. But if I give him that and I sell it to him, then yeah, it's like you said, a time stamp of tenancy. Like a tenant, you get like what, 2-year lease or something. Exactly. Yeah.
A tenant, if I may speak.
Yeah, you good.
It's when you buy a property and you get the title, you don't get an allodial title where it's just simply yours.
Yeah.
You can get a guaranteed title, a warranty title.
Yeah.
Warranty title, a title is defined as an unrevealed owner. So there's someone who owns it, who is the original person who sold it, right? But then there's someone who is acting under a title, having possession of a title for the tenancy time of Jubilee.
Yeah. Yeah,
it's just a different kind of renter.
Yeah,
that you get confused.
No, you're right. You using words that is over my head, but yeah, kind of. So that's the Most High set all this up already, and he gave us the measurements, if you will, how to judge it, so to keep everything fair, and we got to adhere to that. So I couldn't say, I just want to sell it for whatever. No, there's already guidelines for how we're supposed to sell our property to each other and what gives it what value and when it's lower value. So yeah, and it's going to go into even more stuff like a house in the city. We're going to read it. He's going to give us the details for that.
Verse 17, ye shall not therefore oppress one another, but thou shalt fear Yahweh, for I am Yahweh your God. Wherefore ye shall do my statutes and keep my judgments and do them, and ye shall dwell in the land in safety, and the land shall yield her fruit, and ye shall eat your fill, and dwell therein in safety.
Mm-hmm.
And if ye shall say, what shall we eat the 7th year? Behold, we shall not sow nor gather in our increase. Then I will command my blessing upon you in the 6th year, and it shall bring forth fruit for 3 years.
Yeah, so that's going back into that rest of the land, right? In the 7th year. And it's the same way when he told us about that Sabbath, where he gave the manna. Yeah, right. Double came the day before. So it's the same thing. He's letting us know, don't worry about, oh, what am I going to eat? How am I can't sow. I got this 7th year. We're going to starve. No, the Most High, he's going to bring 3 times as much that year before. And it's going to explain how you're going to parcel that out. Go ahead.
Salakia, it also shows disciplines, because if you know you only have this much, you can't overindulge.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's another thing that Esau does. He overindulges in everything. It's just greed. So if you know that you can only eat so much because this is allotted for this time, you can't, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're gonna
starve.
Right. It teaches what you said, discipline. It teaches prudence, because prudence is having the foresight of, what's gonna come from whatever I do today, basically. So yeah, I'm gonna be disciplined. We're not gluttons, We're not just people like Esau that just eat till you fill and eat some more.
Thanksgiving. That's what Thanksgiving is about.
Right. And real quick before you go, when the in the Destruction of the Indies book that details when the conquistadors came to the Americas and was slaughtering and killing natives, it said one Spaniard would take and eat, I think it said like a week or 10 days worth of the natives' food supply for a family household in one sitting. That's how gluttonous the Spaniards are, and that's what we see today. And that shows a lot too. We were more disciplined when they got over here. We could, and we were still strong, so we could eat not like we do today. I don't know. Let's say 1 meal a day. Just get just a guess or whatever. 1 meal a day, and be cool. And you can do that. Even today you can, if you discipline yourself. Brothers sometimes go on 7-day fast, no water, no food, and they be good. Because we've been taught to feed off of our emotions. So as soon as the worst day is the first day when you fast or whatever. Or first meal, first time you get hungry. That hunger pain, you get it and you like, man, I gotta eat. But if you actually wait it out, it just goes away, and then the next one ain't as bad. Then you get used to it. So then they was living off of like minimal every day, and they was good. They was strong. They was actually in better physical health than we walk around today.
We don't even realize in the past there used to not be breakfast.
Right, no breakfast.
Not be breakfast. Now everybody realizes, and they talk about that first pain.
Mm-hmm.
Really, you don't think about all the days that you didn't have time to get no breakfast. And it was no big deal.
Exactly. And people worry about the EBT thing, people going hungry, and you're not going to go hungry if you can learn discipline. You might have to eat less. But go ahead.
So now we can see where Joseph got his wisdom, knowledge, and understanding for Egypt.
Mm-hmm.
Because the seed time and harvest principle is in his bloodline. It comes all the way back here. So how to store up for the season, those type of disciplines on seed time and harvest, that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding came in from Joseph's speech.
Josiah, go tell them to be quiet.
But the seed time and harvest was a knowledge that was revealed to Israel. It says the Lord has given all knowledge and wisdom to Israel. And Joseph operated in those principles to deal with the 7 year of fat, then the 7 year famine.
Like our forefathers were smart. They was Abraham left basically from society. He told him just leave, and he left, living in tents. and Isaac living in tents, and Jacob living in tents. And so you got to know how to do what if you're living out on the land like that. You got to know how to work the land. You got to be a husband.
Right. Yeah.
And even remember, Jacob, when Laban was cheating him out of those, the flock, the sheep, and all that, right? He had the wherewithal, and the Most High gave him wisdom to know, like all this time he been tending to these sheep, he realized, hey, when I feed, when they're mating, when it's mating season, and I feed them this, I put this in the water. Oh, they start to have stronger babies like this or whatever, and when they don't, they don't. So what he do? The knowledge that he had when it was time for them to mate, he would put. I forget the exact way he did it, but he would like put the strip
It was a kind of
tree. It was a certain tree, and he would strip the bark off. He would put it in the water, though, and that would produce a certain, strong genetics in those sheep. So, yeah, that's the wisdom. Like you said it, or one of y'all said, the Most High gave Jacob wisdom. That wisdom, right? Yeah. It says in Baruch. Everybody's search for wisdom, but he gave all knowledge and wisdom to Jacob.
So the pirates, when they came over here, they didn't know how to feed themselves during the winter season.
So the pirates and pilgrims and pirates?
And the so-called,
the pilgrims, which are pirates too. Same thing, Yes, and
knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, we see that it's open.
They didn't know how, right? They didn't know how to survive. But you got these people here that was able to teach them. Then once they learned that, then they said, we don't got no need for you. Took them out. But yeah, that was Jacob. So yeah, we can go back.
Verse 22. And ye shall sow the 8th year and eat yet of old fruit until the 9th year. Until her fruits come in, ye shall eat of the old soil.
Right, so he covered for 3 years. Because remember it said you not only don't eat the 7th year, but you don't sow either. So then when you sow the 8th year and you hoping, you ain't sure if you're going to get enough, you still got from that 6-year supply for that 9th year. Go ahead.
Verse 23. The land shall not be sold forever, for the land is mine. For ye are strangers and sojourners with me.
Mm-hmm.
And in all the land of your possession, ye shall grant a redemption of the land. If thy brother be waxen poor, and hath sold away some of his possession, and if any of his kin come to redeem it, then shall he redeem that which his brother sold.
Mm-hmm.
And if the man have none to redeem it, and himself be able to redeem it, then let him count the years of the sale thereof, and restore the overplus unto the man to whom he sold it, that he may return unto his possession. But if he be not able to restore it to him, then that which is sold shall remain in the hand of him that hath bought it unto the year of Jubilee.
Mm-hmm.
And in the Jubilee it shall go out, and he shall return unto his possession.
Mm-hmm.
And if a man sell a dwelling house in a walled city, then he may redeem it within a whole year after it is sold.
So this is a little different when it's dealing with a house in a walled city, right? You have a year to redeem it, meaning buy it back, as opposed to your possession that's outside of a walled city. You had all the way up until the Jubilee, and then when Jubilee came, if you didn't redeem it within then, it'd go back to you anyway. But when it's dwelling in a walled city, you have a year to redeem it. Go ahead.
Can I say something as well? Mm-hmm. When you read earlier, the land shall not be sold forever, for the land is mine. So that's the land that belongs to Yahweh. Mm-hmm. That is an unrevealed owner. But he's talking about if you have the land that is in your possession, that's someone who is under a warranty deed. Possession means ownership, right? So if the land is
you're confusing me. So firstly, it belongs to Yahweh.
Correct. He's the unrevealed owner.
when you say that, you're using contract talk.
Yes.
All right, that's because I don't know it. So all right, go ahead.
It is, right?
Right.
Because it's very clear that the Most High says that the land belongs to me.
Mm-hmm.
But then later on, he's talking to Israel itself, and he says, when you find this thing in your possession, which means ownership, right? So here's a person who has the image of actually owning this thing, but it's predicated on condition.
Yeah, and Lot, because he gave it to Israel, and then certain lots to each tribe.
Exactly.
And that's why it says it can't be sold. It has to be everybody's inheritance stays the inheritance down the line. So it can't be sold permanently. That's why it has Jubilee, right?
Right. Exactly.
Right. But you can sell it temporarily because you're in whatever need.
Like a landlord.
Right.
Like a tenant.
Right.
You're a tenant.
Right.
You can operate and enjoy the things that come along with having possession of it.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, you know it belongs to Yahweh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, kind of. Was that it?
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay. 29. You read?
Yeah.
All right.
30.
Okay.
Verse 30. And if it be not redeemed within the space of a full year, then the house that is in the walled city shall be established forever to him that bought it throughout his generations. It shall not go out in the Jubilee.
See, so this is, you got a year or it's forever because it's in that walled city. And where would people make walled cities? You're going to make that city because all the land ain't going to have crops. Now, you're not growing crops on the whole land. So whatever that city is inside whatever tribe, that city still belongs to that tribe. But what's inside that city is kind of like we buy houses in the city and in metro urban area. So that house would be that person's house forever if it's not redeemed inside that walled city. Go ahead.
Verse 32, right?
31.
Okay, yeah. But the houses of the villages which have no wall round about them shall be counted as the fields of the country. They may be redeemed, and they shall go out in the Jubilee. So,
and you know what else it shows? So, like, just kind of like a society like we see, right? So, I could be, you know, how people got Airbnbs. So, I got everybody, we all had possession, right? So we had the fields, we had the houses in the country that would be counted as fields in the country. That was our inheritance. Then so-and-so, whoever tribe made this city. I can buy a house in that city, which is mine forever unless I sell it. Then I got a year to redeem it. If not, it's whoever bought it forever. But I can buy a house in the city and just Airbnb it out or whatever. I can have a house in the city, even though I live out here with my inheritance is, you know, Middletown, Newark, right? But I got this house that I can use. I can come. It can be a house I stay at in the city, or you know, a house that I rent out to travelers. I can do what I want. So we even had that where we had our inheritance, but then we had cities, and we could, you know, buy and rent and stuff like that. Same way we see here, do real estate, within our nation, even way back then. That's you know, pretty much what we're seeing. Go ahead.
Verse 32. Notwithstanding the cities of the Levites and the houses of the cities of their possession, may the Levites redeem at any time.
Mm-hmm.
And if a man purchase of the Levites, then the house that was sold and the city of his possession shall go out in the year of Jubilee.
So because the Levites is something obviously a little different. You can't take the Levites. The Levites was given the cities they were given because they don't have the lands. That's basically all they have to dwell in, right? Because all the Levites can't dwell in the temple. They all can't dwell in Jerusalem. So, you know, we already read that certain cities were set aside for the Levites, they get their stuff back, basically. You can't just buy a house from the Levites, and if they don't redeem it in a year, it's yours forever. It's not, they can get their stuff back. Go ahead.
Did I finish 33? I think you stopped me.
You stopped your middle.
Yeah, you shall go out in Jubilee.
Stop 33 again. And if a man purchase of the Levites, then the house that was sold in the city of his possession shall go out in the year of Jubilee. For the houses of the cities of the Levites are their possession among the children of Israel. But the field of the suburbs of their cities may not be sold, for it is their perpetual possession. And if thy brother be waxing poor and fallen in decay with thee, then thou shalt relieve him. Yeah, though he be a stranger or a sojourner, that he may live with thee. Take thou no usury of him or increase, but fear thy Most High, that thy brother may live with thee. Thou shalt not give him thy money upon usury, nor lend him thy victuals for increase. I am Yahweh, the Most High, which brought you forth out of the land of Egypt to give you the land of Canaan and to be your Most High.
So this same concept, your brother wax poor, fall in decay, you have to relieve him, even though he be a stranger. Sojourner, he may live with thee. You can't take usury of him or increase, right? You can't give him money on usury. I think I just said it. Or lend him victuals for increase. This concept is the same concept Christ taught that somehow equates to God's law being done away with, even though it's already a law of God. It's the same concept, right? And the same concept we read in Matthew 19:16-24, where one of the main ones where they get this. Somebody go to Matthew 19, verse 16-24. This is one of the main precepts that they use to say, see, the law isn't, Christ didn't teach you have to keep the law. He just taught that, this guy to sell his stuff. And then, he's saved if he sells his stuff. Well, this is what he was talking about in the verse, was the whole concept that come from the law. Go ahead. And when you pay attention to the verse, you see he's not disannulling the 10 Commandments. He's letting this guy know something with regards to him keeping the commandments that either he didn't realize or he just didn't care about, because he's trying to put himself in the kingdom. But when you actually read it and pay attention and bring both sides of your brain, not the one half, you get it.
That's why you gotta know the Old Testament.
Yeah, you gotta have it all.
Not, and that's why people don't understand the New Testament, because they don't understand the Old.
You got it?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Call it out.
St. Matthew 16, verse.
No, chapter 19.
Chapter 19?
Yeah, you're at chapter 19?
Oh.
Couple pages over.
Okay.
Verse 16-24.
And behold, one came and said unto him, Good master, what good things shall I do that I may have an eternal life?
Yeah, so the guy is coming to Christ, Yahushua. He's trying to figure out, how does he get into the kingdom? How does he gain eternal life? Right? Go ahead.
Yeah. And he said unto him.
Now he's answering. Yahushua is answering back.
Callest.
Why?
Why callest thou me good? There is none good but one, that is
There's no
God.
Right, sorry. There's only one good, that's God. Meaning what?
That separates him.
Yeah, you already know. That separates him from the Most High.
Clearly.
He's saying that so. Why call me good? There's only one good. There's only one good myself.
Yeah.
That's up there while I'm here.
Or I am good because I am the most.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But they try to make this whole like Voltron character is crazy. Go ahead.
And he said, wait, no, what was it?
You said that is God. So you're verse 17.
Thou wilt enter into life, keep the commandments.
So he's saying keep the commandments.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
He saith unto him, which Jesus said, thou shalt do no murder.
1 of the 10. Go ahead.
Thou shalt not commit adultery.
Another one. Go ahead.
Thou shalt not steal.
Another one. Go ahead.
Thou shalt not bear false witness.
Go ahead.
Honor thy father and thy mother.
Uh-huh. Go ahead.
And thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
Right. And so already also we're seeing he's not going that he's having a conversation, right? And this guy asked him a question that he can't answer and be like, he's not going to sit there and read the whole Torah and say, yeah, do all this. Read the whole Torah to the guy and say, well, if you follow what I just read, you'll enter into life. He's giving points that's in that law, right? Kind of main, put it all in the whole type answers. Yeah. But even with that, he left out the parts, have only one God. Yeah. Not take God's name in vain. Remember the Sabbath day, keep it holy, and not to make images out of the 10, the top, yeah. Right? But he left them out. Was he saying you don't have to have only one God? Right. Hell no. Or that you can bow down to images? Right. No. Or
it's lucky. Also, that last part is not even in the 10. That's contained within the
laws. Right. That's all the way up in Leviticus. Yeah, it's a law, though.
That's not the 10.
Right. So
you can't say he was just saying keep the 10. Mm-hmm. Because the last part, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself, that will go into the one where it says thou shalt love the Most High, and no other God, and then
right. It's somewhere that's
later in the Torah.
Yeah, it's somewhere else in the Torah. Exactly. But he's just giving a general answer. Like, here's some things, like, because I'm not, be logical. I'm not about to go through the whole Bible in one sit down. You just ask, I guess, I'm not about to read all this. Yeah. Sit down. I got time to read all these pages to answer. No, but I can give you a generic answer. And that's what he's doing. And it even still left out those top 4. But that doesn't mean not doing. So if it doesn't mean you can bow down to graven images now and serve them, then wouldn't it also mean that you still should keep the Sabbath day holy? Instead of going here or somewhere else and saying, see, he didn't mention the Sabbath day, you don't got to keep the Sabbath day. Right. So because he didn't mention it, now I can serve Molech.
Yeah, that's a false.
Now I can worship Caesar. Yeah. But he did say, love God with all your heart somewhere else. Mm-hmm. He did say, basically keeping the dietary law somewhere else. Because when he said it's not what goes in the stomach of man, but the mind and what comes out, all the things that came out of that mind was disobedience, rebellion. So the disobedience, the rebellion of not following the dietary law, that's where you defile yourself. Yeah, it wasn't the like, because think about it. I could eat pig one time. We've all ate pig in our life and repented from it. Like, we're not dying from some disease because we ate pig one time. But that disobedience will bring all manner of disease, all manner of negativity in your life, right? So pick back up. So he mentioned most of the 10 commandments, which basically encompass the whole law. That's basically the generic law or precept to cover the law, what the law is. Like when it says, thou shalt not commit adultery, the law goes in detail, not to cover specifics, not to uncover your father's wife, not to uncover the nakedness of your uncle's wife, not to, all those things, it goes in detail. But if you just sum it all up, it's what? Thou shalt not commit adultery. So that's all he's doing. He's giving a basic general answer to the guy to give him guidance, not even to get him in yet. Because he said you got to endure to the end. But really, all these people most of them was trying to scoff. And then, some really wanted to know. But this is the answer he's giving. It's not negating the rest of the law. But go ahead and pick back up.
The young man said unto him, all these things have I kept from my
youth up.
What lack I yet?
And so he's saying that I've did all these things. We're going to find out he's either lying or he didn't know he was wrong, because that's what's about to happen. Yahushua is not about to negate everything he just said and say, really, if you just do this, this is all you got to do. I really didn't even mean all that other stuff, because that's how they kind of twist it too. Like, yeah, he said all that before, keep the commandments, but this is what he really meant. No, he's giving this guy understanding that he lacked. So he's giving him more understanding, because he obviously lacked the understanding. That's why he said, yeah, I did all this. What else? Go ahead.
Jesus said unto him, if thou wilt be perfect, go and sell that thou hast, and give to the poor, and thou shalt have treasure in heaven, and come and follow
me. So he's telling him to do what we're reading in the laws. He's saying, go and sell what you have and give to the poor, because we're supposed to remember, another thing the Christians twisted up, he's not just talking to Israelites. It's not just Israel. He's talking to everybody, Romans, Greeks, doesn't matter. This is a conversation between two Israelites. And their understanding is that they have the law to govern them and put them above all people. So he's telling him what the law just said, to take care of your brother when he waxes poor. Go ahead. And obviously, if he has things to sell, it means he has more than his brother. Because remember, when we was given the land, we was given the land to all be lords of it. We was all given the land and split equally. The tribe with the bigger amount of people got the bigger land. Like, it wasn't, oh, this tribe's better, y'all get all this nice land. All the land was even dispersed according to the number of, how big the tribe was. And it said, when he said, you'll be blessed if you keep the commandments, who wasn't he talking to? When he said, you'll eat the fruit of, and you'll have everything you need. Right, he wasn't talking to Israel. It wasn't excluding any Israelite. So we're in a time where you're going to have Israelites that's doing good, and you're going to have Israelites that's not. And a telltale sign of that is you got an Edomite that's the king of Judah, and the Romans occupy the land. And the Edomites have been coming in and conquering the land and running in and out of it for hundreds of years already. Like, those things matter, even with this one conversation. So he's letting him know, yeah, okay, you might have did that, but really you haven't. Because love thy neighbor as thyself. If you love your neighbor as yourself, I don't have to remind you of this already. So that's why I said he's either intentionally lying or he just didn't understand the law and didn't realize that he actually hasn't been keeping all those commandments he just said. Because he has hundreds, maybe thousands of his brethren waxing poor probably in the city that day during this conversation. And he has to be reminded, well, sell what you have and give to the poor. Your poor brethren. This don't got it like you no more. Go ahead. He said, and follow
When
me.
the young man heard that saying, he went away sorrowful, for he had great possessions.
See that? He was sorrowful because he had great possessions. He was a coveter. He had a covetous spirit because he had great possessions. And when he found out, wait, give up the things that I have to help my brother, he was sorrowful. He coveted money. So he really wasn't doing all those things that he had listed off. And Yahushua is saying, this is what it takes. He's not saying, don't do the things above. He's saying, do the things above, but don't forget this. The same way he told the Pharisees, all that you do, but you forget to do this, that, and the third. Well, I would rather that you had not did away with the other, but also did this, paraphrasing. So he's never doing away with these laws on how to love your brother as yourself or love God with all your heart. No, he's giving understanding to how you can do it better, but not doing away with none of it. You was about to say?
Salaki, and that's like even in today's time, you finding yourself that most Yahweh Shai is showing you that this is not our rest. It's the kingdom. So in all of our get understanding. It's the kingdom that we should be seeking after, not the wealth of the slave.
Right. And he's going to explain that too on this one or another one. But yeah, because like it wasn't the kingdom at that time. We were still in the land, but it wasn't the kingdom. That's why he said, if this were my kingdom, I would fight. But it's not. This kingdom has already been given over. It just hasn't been come to the point where he's sent in the Romans to totally destroy it yet. But yeah, you shouldn't even be seeking this kingdom. Like you said, you should be seeking the kingdom of heaven because this kingdom is done. I've already started trashing this kingdom because of y'all, by the way, because of y'all. But this world's about to be done away with. Keep going.
Then said Jesus unto his disciples.
Yeah, disciples. You said it right.
Verily I say unto you, that a rich man shall hardly enter into the kingdom of heaven.
And this is why. Not because you're rich and you've been blessed with things, but because you've been blessed, but you covet those things. You won't share those things. You got these things, so now you're lifted up and you're above your own people, and you won't give back. That's what it's saying is that doesn't happen with everybody that becomes rich, but it oftentimes when people get riches, they get overtaken by them riches. Matter of fact, Solomon prayed. What did he pray? He said, "Don't give me too little, don't give me too much, because if you give me too little, I might curse you." Paraphrasing, you give me too much, I might forget you. Right? That's basically what he prayed. And that's what tends to happen when somebody gets a lot of riches. They become greedy, and that money becomes their god. So that's why it says that's why hardly will a rich man enter into the kingdom, because give a nigga riches and he forgets the Most High.
That's what happened with the story of Lazarus and the rich man. The rich man didn't want to give Lazarus nothing.
Right.
So we see what happened with him.
Yep. Yep.
He didn't enter into it.
And you see it all the time. That's like you
parallel story.
People hit the lotto and they run through that money, and some of them don't run through it. But what most of them don't do is give it back to their community or their people. Right? That's just what happens. That's the spirit of money. It's the love of it. And that's the problem. But go ahead. Verse 24.
And again I say unto you, it is easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter into the kingdom.
Right. Luke 18:22 to 24. Saying the same thing pretty much, but a little different.
Should Luke 18?
22,
Yeah, the 24.
18, 22 to 24. Now, when Yahushua heard these things, he said unto him, Yet lackest thou one thing. Sell all that thou hast, and distribute it unto the poor, and thou shalt have treasures in heaven, and come follow me. And when he heard this, he was very sorrowful, for he was very rich.
Go ahead.
And when Yahushua saw that he was very sorrowful, he said, How hardly shall they that have riches enter into the kingdom of Yahweh?
Right, because they've made them riches their kingdom. So he was teaching the law. The law already said we're supposed to take care of each other. If your brother waxing poor, don't use him. Give him somewhere to stay if he needs be. Give him a job. Help him out. Go to Matthew 6:19 to 34. What
Matthew's what?
Yahushua was really teaching.
Matthew's what?
6 verse 19 to 24.
Matthew 6:19. Lay not up for yourselves upon earth.
Treasures on earth.
I'm sorry. Salaki. Yourself treasures upon earth, where moth and rust doeth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doeth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal. For where your treasure is, there will also your heart. There will your heart also be.
So this is what Yahushua was showing that man and showing us. His heart was where his physical treasures were. He didn't have the kingdom of heaven in his heart at this time, at least. Whether he and he went away sorrowful. He probably didn't repent, but it don't say, right? But that's what he was showing. He wasn't saying, yeah, just sell all that you have. Because I've seen videos of a apologist, scoffer asking an Israelite, have you sold all the stuff you have? Have you sold all that you have? And it's not literally all that you have, like every single thing you have. How can you do? Because the law said, give your brother a place to stay. If I sell everything I have, I'm gonna sell the house. I'm gonna sell everything, and then I'm gonna be right with you. And we gotta go find somewhere. I can't help you at all if I sell everything. But so it's not literal. It's the same way you'd be like, yo, I'm going to the cookout and I'm eating up all the food. Am I literally about to go eat everything at the cookout? Yeah, nah, and that's how. Yeah, right. And I can't even eat all that. So then now I eat it. I'm in the corner throwing up. I done had drinks. Everybody laughing at me like, look at him. That's how he's speaking. So, and that's what he's showing. It's not, oh, you're not gonna make it if you haven't went and sold everything you got. And I've seen that. I've seen that by apologists on a video. And they only come to Israelites say that. They don't never go up to their fellow apologists or they don't go into the Christian church, say, have y'all sold everything you got yet?
What about the mega churches?
They ain't definitely. Why don't nobody walk up to the mega church, go up to the Kenneth Copeland at the front or the Joel Osteen and say, have you sold everything you got yet?
What about the guy that said, I want 1,000 plus another 1,000? They won't say that to him.
They won't, because it's all about
to a lady that ain't got it. All she had was 1,200. He telling her, give up everything.
Yeah, really is that they see. You know what it really is? They saw an opening where they could get some notoriety, some clout. Because I ain't see no videos of until the Israelite movement became popular, I ain't known anything about an apologist movement.
Mm-mm.
Nothing at all. All I knew was the Christian church, whether it be Catholic, Pentecostal, whatever, the Muslim belief, and maybe a little bit of Buddhism belief. But
That's a good point.
most people just get statues. They don't
It's
really
like they
do.
sent to stop the awakening.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah. Or they,
What was they at before?
yeah. Or they saw they saw how that's becoming popular and said, well, I want to get some popularity too. I don't even care if I shut down the movement. I want to get some popularity because YouTube is a moneymaker if you get enough views and followers, right? So the first to stop the movement if they could, yeah, there's those, of course. Well, that's Intel Pro, been around, right? But then you also got the clout chasers that said, I'm trying to get my foot in on this YouTube thing. And these guys, they got a movement that's doing numbers. I can come in and be the Skeletor to the He-Man. Right? That's so go ahead. I was about to
Howard Shah is also teaching how to prosper or how to operate with that wealth. 2 Corinthians 9, 2 Corinthians 9 and 6. But this I say, he that soweth sparingly shall reap also sparingly, and he which is soweth bountifully shall reap also bountifully. Every man according as he purposed in his heart, so let him give, not grudgingly or necessity, for Yahweh loveth a cheerful giver.
Right.
So he's teaching them how to prosper with the Most High.
Right.
And his giving.
Right.
Yes.
And none of it's saying, like this thing is because it's laying out some teachings and giving more like detail, doesn't mean that the law that it came from is done away with. You can't give detail to one instruction and how to do it, and then you're doing away with it. That makes no sense at all. You're just giving more detail and instruction to get the person you're speaking to following this initial instruction. That's not doing away with it. But that's what it seems to me like the Christian church does. Because then they'll even say, yeah, no, you do gotta do the commandments. But do you gotta keep dietary law? Nah.
You gotta keep
wait. Yeah. What it says, have no other gods but one. And that God said to do it, so the commandments are done away with.
And we see that in the story of Zacchaeus.
Mm-hmm. Who?
Zacchaeus, the real wealthy guy, the small guy that was up in a tree and Jesus walked past. And he was a tax collector.
What story is that? What the chapter? I'm trying to remember it. Is that so that's New Testament. That's somewhere in the New Testament.
Yeah. But Zacchaeus.
Yeah.
Well, what do you do in the story though? What do you do in the story?
Well, he was a tax collector. He was cheating everybody out. And when he heard of Jesus coming through, he took and came down and spoke to Jesus. Jesus told him to take and go back and sell. Well, basically give to the poor and all of this. He went back and started to return. He did the law. He went back and he gave double for all that he stole and all this. And he found the light. And knowing that he found favor with God because he spoke to the man of God.
Right. And in doing so, what was Howard Shah teaching him?
He was teaching him that
he was teaching him what we're reading.
A multitude of sins.
Right. He was teaching what you just read in Corinthians, but all of which coming out of
the law.
Yeah, the law. What we're literally reading in 25. So that wasn't doing away with anything. That was, matter of fact, that's what it means to establish the law. Did you put your hand up?
Yeah. So the way I look at the guy you were talking about is that he was doing what he was doing all the laws, and he might have been given to the poor, but he wasn't given he didn't have to give everything he had, but his best.
It's possible, right?
Like the amount.
Yeah, because some people are like,
you can leave something for yourself and then give all the rest everywhere else, so that you can sustain. But he was not giving his best. Like we're supposed to give the best land and all that. He was not giving his best. He's like, I'll just give them a little crumbs off my plate.
It's like you got $100 million in the bank,
Mhm.
and you come back to where you grew up once a year and give out 100 backpacks, 100 backpacks to that $100 million. And then hey, Lord, I did all that.
Right.
I love my brother as myself. And he's letting them know, nah, like that wasn't, it's not that you giving them backpacks was bad, but you still got more to do. And that's what he was doing. And that guy, he either didn't realize it because he might have been given, or he was lying straight up,
Right.
just trying to get himself in the kingdom. But Yahushua didn't take it that way. He just gave him the understanding regardless. He's going to give you the answer of how to do the commandments, and he's going to give you the answer of what you lack. And what you lack doesn't mean do away with the other stuff. It means, okay, you lack, now you got to do more. Take that advice and do more. Let's go back.
To the reading
No, where we left, we was at verse
in Matthew 6.
21. We're at verse 22. We're still at Matthew 6, huh? So we're at verse 22.
Matthew 6:22.
Yeah.
Matthew 6:22. The light of the body is the eye, and if therefore thy eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light. But if thy eye be evil, thy whole body shall be full of darkness. If therefore the light that is in thee be dark, how great is that darkness?
Mm-hmm.
No man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. Ye cannot serve Yahweh and Mammon. Therefore I say unto you, take no thought for your life, what ye shall eat, or what ye shall drink, nor yet for your body, what ye shall put on. Is the life more than meat, and the body than raiment? Behold, the fowls of the air, for they sow not, neither do they reap, nor gather into barns, yet your heavenly Father feedeth them. Are ye not much better than they? Which of you by taking thought can add 1 cubit unto his stature? And why take ye thought for raiment? Consider the lilies of the field, how they grow. They toil not, neither do they spin. And yet I say unto you, that even Solomon in all of his glory was not arrayed like one of these. Wherefore, if Yahweh so clothe the grass of the fields, which to this day and tomorrow is cast unto the oven, shall he not much more clothe you, O ye of little faith?
See, because what some people do is they have faith in what they have, so they don't want to give, because if I give, now I don't got it and I could need it. But he's separating, you have to have faith in the Most High, not your riches. But that's what the Gentiles do. They have faith in their possessions. They have faith in their bank account. Like my bank account's on full. If shit hits the fan, I'm gonna be good because I got money in the bank. But that all that money in the bank could end up being not worth nothing tomorrow. And all you got is your faith in the Most High. And if you've been in obedience and he got your back or not.
And if you were a cheerful giver, like the Most High required, and you slipped and you fell, there's a nation at your back.
Mm-hmm.
Those are people who you treated well, will be at your back.
Mm-hmm. And then that's also a way that he sometimes will use to help you out when you fall, because you've been a giver, because you didn't have faith in your riches and you saw that your brother in need, that them same people you helped out might turn around and help you out. That's what you see in Tobit. Because remember, he came home, he had got blinded, came home and heard the sheep in the house. And his rib was like, all the alms you've given, all the help you've been doing, burying the dead, all that stuff. Everybody knows your deeds, and they gave me this sheep. So that can happen too.
And we see we also see that is what is a thing of questionable to who we are as a people and nation. When you see how, like, when I don't mean to make Kyrie the issue, but when Kyrie comes out, or when Israel is found to be an enemy of the so-called, that we have so many people who are willing to come out and speak against them, because their wealth is tied to them. So you being tied with that wealth, whoever gave you that wealth owns it. It can make you compromise your standing with them.
Right, and you get compromised because your wealth is your security. That's your security, is your wealth, and you can't lose that. And this is what he was teaching. Once again, this is what he was teaching, not to do away with the other stuff, but you haven't been doing enough of the giving. You've been worrying too much about how you're going to clothe yourself. When he says, don't worry about that, that's what the Gentiles do. Was about to say that. But he says, don't the Most High even clothe the ground? So if he clothes the ground, he's surely going to clothe us. He's surely going to make sure we got what we need. And the law even let it know. If we don't break his instructions to even let the land rest. If you're following that, don't worry, I'm going to bless you because you put your faith in me and not in your riches or not in your substance.
Right.
And you're going to be cool because that substance is going to be provided for times 3, so that to get you through the time I said not to do nothing and the year after. So this is the same things he was teaching. Everything that's in the law, he's just giving more understanding how to do it. And he let you know, like I said, in other verses, he told the Pharisee, I would rather you had did those things and not did away with this. So let's go back. Verse 30, where is it? Wherever you left off. Kalak, where you left off.
33.
All right.
Matthew 6:33. But seek ye first the kingdom of Yahweh and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you.
And that righteousness is obedience. So with that obedience, all these things that we worry about on daily, that's going to be provided. Go ahead.
Take therefore no thought for tomorrow, the morrow shall take thought for things of itself. Sufficient unto the day is evil thereof. Is the evil thereof.
So somebody go to 1 Timothy 6:5 and somebody read that verse 18 again to read it. 18, 19. Jacob, if you still got it.
What is it that you need?
The same thing we just read in the reading. Verse 18 and 19 again.
1 Timothy 18 and 19?
No.
1 Timothy 6:19.
No, Leviticus, where we was reading.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, read 18, 19 again. This just to go back what Yahushua was teaching in these verses we read.
Therefore, this is Leviticus verse. Oh, you said Leviticus 18 and 19.
No, where we were already at. Verse 18 and 19.
Oh, yeah, okay. 25. Chapter 25.
Yeah.
Leviticus 25, verse 18. Wherefore ye shall do my statutes and keep my judgments and do them. And ye shall dwell in the land in safety. And the land shall yield her fruit, and ye shall eat your fill, and dwell therein in safety.
Right. So that's what God said through Moses. We just read it through Yahushua, just worded differently. When it said, seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. Saying the same thing Moses said, wherefore ye shall do my statutes and keep my judgments and do them, and ye shall dwell in the land in safety, and the land shall yield her fruit, and ye shall eat your fill and dwell therein in safety. The same thing. It's saying the exact same thing. But Christians or apologists, they're going to say, righteousness is believing in Christ. Well, believing in somebody is believing what they say. This is what he's teaching. He's teaching the laws of God, which Moses taught, because it wasn't Moses' law. It was the law of God that he gave to Moses. We got that 1 Timothy 6, verse 5 to 11.
1 Timothy 6. 1 Timothy 6, 5. Perverse disputings of men of corrupt minds and destitute of the truth, supposing that gain is godliness, from such withdraw thyself.
So from such withdraw thyself. They say gain, they make gain godliness.
You'll never hear a pastor preach that.
You won't, but that's because
Never hear a pastor preach that.
that's who I, so I need to withdraw myself from TD Jakes. I need to withdraw myself from Creflo Dollar. I need to withdraw myself from Kenneth Copeland, from Joel Osteen. From that pastor up in New York that got robbed during the live feed. I need to, and then the rest of the little pastors, they down the totem pole, all the way down to your local 4th Street Church of Tabernacle, whatever. I need to withdraw myself from them. That's in there teaching that gain is godliness. And you don't need to do the law. Just bring your tithe, and the Most High is going to have you prosper because you brought your last cents. And next week is going to be your season, and He's going to provide a winning NFL Delaware Park ticket for $10,000. Just get your tithes.
That name and
Foolishness and that prosper.
Claim it prosperity.
Yeah. So that's who we're supposed to avoid. Withdraw from them. Go ahead.
1 Timothy 6:6. But godliness with contentment is great gain.
So I mean, contentment is being happy with what you have, right?
For we brought nothing into this world, and it is certain that we can carry nothing out of it.
And see, that just showed, like, think about it. I came into the world, I ain't have nothing. When I go out, I can't take nothing with me. We shouldn't be putting all our faith in our riches or putting all our desires on having things, because we couldn't come in with them, and we can't go out with them. So it's vanity. Like Solomon said, all is vanity. You're putting your faith in vanity. You're relying on vanity. Go ahead.
Salaki, and this also shows that the Egyptians didn't serve the same God as Israel. Because the Egyptians would take you into the grave with them.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. They take their slaves into the grave. They take their gold into the grave, and then guess what? 2,000 years later, American Edomite walks in there and takes it all out anyway.
Exactly, spoiled. 8, and having food and raiment, let us be therewith content. But they that will be rich fall into temptation and a snare, and into many foolish and hurtful lusts, which drown men in destruction and perdition.
And you think about it, there's a lot of temptations that come with being rich, because now you can do anything. So the first thing you're going to do is your secret lust that you don't want nobody to know about. So now you got a lot of rich people got the little boys that they take to what's it called, the island? Epstein Island, or wherever.
Several islands.
I got 3 houses. Cause it ain't just the rich people that's famous. Rich people in general. They got yachts or wherever. Pick up a little boy from Thailand or something, or maybe a little girl, and they take him on this boat somewhere out in the sea, this yacht or this mansion somewhere with that looks like Michael Jackson's place, with a playground and what's that thing that you ride at parks? A roller coaster and a petting zoo and shit like that, and abuse these little kids and then send them back and pay the parents off because they got so much money. There's a lot of things you can do with money, and when you have it, it's much temptation. And a lot of the rich, they fall into that temptation. Wars are fought off of what? People's greed, money, being able to do what you want, taking over lands. Then once you take over them lands, taking over more lands. Oppressing the people, all types of temptation, because you fell in love with that money, and now it's all about getting that money and and fulfilling your pleasures, whatever they be, and you got the means to do it, and you got the means to hide it from man. And God ain't the Most High, ain't your God no more. It's the money, so you forget about the eyes of the Lord being as bright as the sun now. So you do these things, you got the money to keep your secrets hid from the world, and you think you're safe because everybody don't know what you're doing in the dark.
Right. And when you look at our modern day presidents and stuff today,
Mm-hmm.
they have enough wealth that they can openly go out and murder people openly.
Yeah.
To move people out their way to get what they want.
I've been listening to, because I'd be bored at work. I'd just be listening to different stuff sometimes when I get bored. I've been listening to these podcasts where the soldiers is coming back and telling about their exploits out in Afghan. And it's a lot of just going in and killing everything. And because somebody said, go do it. And there's somebody that's up in a higher authority than me, and I just gotta go.
Well, that's what
And it all starts with somebody rich.
that's what the dude what's his name? The dude of the war, the head of the nah, man.
I've been listening to like one of the main snipers they call.
War.
Oh, Hegseth.
Yeah, Pete Hegseth.
Okay.
Yeah. He said that. He basically said,
Yes.
we getting back to, you know what I'm saying, straight just killing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And these soldiers coming, like the interview is like, you was over there, you was doing the bloody work. Do you feel like it was like actually for a purpose? And like a lot of them at the end of the day, they're like, I just come to realize it's about money.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what it was always about. It was about money.
Yeah.
So that's the rich. They fall in that temptation. They can do whatever they want to do.
Yeah.
And they fall in these temptations that drown men in destruction and perdition.
That movie, that's goes way back, tell you that. Apocalypse Now. That movie
I don't think I saw that one, but I'm
Yeah,
gonna
you
check it
need
out.
to see it.
Apocalypse
That
Now.
whole movie is telling you it's about the Vietnam War.
Mm-hmm.
And they trying to end it. The characters, Marlon Brando and the other guy, man, he got all the sons that played him.
Yeah. I'm gonna search
They
it.
trying to end the war, but it's basically showing you that the government don't want to end the war
Right.
because they get money.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yup.
They get money.
Yep. And then once they leave all that the supplies over there, they end up selling it to the people they just slaughtered. What was left over of them? Because that's what they was. I heard one guy that was being interviewed. He talked about they demolished Afghan and Taliban and all that. Then once it was all said and done, they sold the stuff they left over there and gave it right to the Taliban. The Taliban is left over now.
Joke.
Yeah, it's all a joke, all a game.
That's why they say follow the money.
Mm-hmm.
You want to find out the root of what's going on?
Yeah,
Follow the
but that's what this is talking about. Money is it provides temptation, and most of these people that get it fall into it, and that's where you get wars. That's where you get sex trafficking and circuits and stuff like that. All this, it comes from money. So and the love of it. So go ahead.
1 Timothy 6:10. For the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some covet after, they have erred from the faith and pierced themselves through with many sorrows.
Mm-hmm.
But thou, O man of Yahweh, flee these things and follow after righteousness, godliness, faith, love, patience, meekness.
So that's what Yahweh Shah was teaching, and the whole time that's what the law was already teaching. The law was already teaching that to flee those things, the love of money. Because if you have the love of money, you're going to do usury on your brethren when they wax poor. But the law taught that that's not what you're to do. You're not to have this love of money. If you have the love of money, you won't let the land rest on the seventh year. The Most High said, don't sow your land and reap crops on the seventh year, but let the land rest. And if you don't have that love of money, that love of gain, and you have that discipline and that prudence, that's exactly what you're going to do. Is the Most High said not do it, and you're going to be obedient to his instructions. So let's go back, chapter 25, Leviticus, verse 38.
39.
I was just going to, just read 38 again, just to flow into it, and read down to 40.
Verse 38. I am Yahweh, the Most High, which brought you forth out of the land of Egypt to give you the land of Canaan, and be your most high. And if thy brother that dwelleth by thee be waxen poor, and be sold unto thee, thou shalt not compel him to serve as a bondservant, but as an hired servant, and as a sojourner he shall be with thee, and shall serve thee unto the year of Jubilee.
See that? Just like Christ said, love your brother as yourself. This is also what it meant in the New Testament when it teaches slaves to love their masters. Because that's another one, a lot of OT only cats. They'll brush off the New Testament because it teaches slaves love your masters, right? This is what it's talking about when it's teaching slaves love your masters. These slaves, these servants, they're Israelites. The masters, they're Israelites. So that's what it means when we're going to read them. It doesn't mean love Edomites that rape, rob, murder, whip, castrate, and commit all manner of wickedness against you. That's not what it meant. Even though the slave masters used it against the slaves, that was never what it was talking about. So to dismiss the New Testament because of things like this, it just means you're not studying. You're not really studying. You're not really getting an understanding of what you observe already, because this is what it was talking about. Remember, you have to believe that the New Testament, that Christ and the apostles were dealing with non-Israelites to fall for that. But if you understand the truth of the matter, that the writings in the New Testament were from Israel for Israel, it's speaking of the law that was given to Israel. And this is what it's talking about. First one being Ephesians 6, verse 5-9. This isn't talking about loving Esau while he's castrating your men, whipping your back, selling your kids off to another plantation. That's not what it meant, ever. It's like Yaquab, like you said, to understand the New Testament, you have to understand the Old. It's really simple and plain. Somebody get that. And then somebody else get 1 Timothy 6, verse 1-2. But go ahead with that Ephesians first.
6:5. Servants, be obedient to them that are your masters according to the flesh, with fear and trembling and singleness of your heart, as unto Christ, not with eye service as men pleasers, but as the servants of Yahushua, doing the will of Yahweh, or doing the will of the Most High, from the heart, with goodwill, doing service as to Yahweh and not to men.
Yeah. So who he's talking to is Israelites who, for whatever reason, have waxen poor and have to serve other Israelites that are able to provide for them and to keep them with what they need to survive. That's what it's talking about. Same way what we read in Leviticus. Go ahead.
Knowing that whatsoever good thing any man doeth, the same shall he receive.
Hold on, read verse 7.
Salaki. With goodwill doing service as to the Lord, as to Yahweh, and not to men. Knowing that whatsoever good thing any man doeth, the same shall he receive of Yahweh, whether he be bond or free. And ye masters, do the same thing unto them, forbearing, threatening, knowing that your master also is in heaven. Neither is there respect of person with him.
Right. In 1 Timothy 6, 1-2.
First Timothy 6:1. Let as many servants as are under the yoke count their own masters worthy of all honor, that the name of the Most High is his doctrine be not blasphemed. And they that have believing masters, let them not despise them, because they are brethren.
Because they're what?
Because they are brethren.
You see that? Because they're brethren. Is the Edomites brethren? Is the Moabites brethren? No, it's talking about Israelites. Go ahead.
But rather do them service because they are faithful and beloved.
Who's beloved?
Children of Israel.
Right. Israel's beloved. Go ahead.
Partakers of the benefits these things teach and exhort.
Partakers of the benefits. Who Paul said? Paul said the promises, the covenants, the gifts, all that he said is to who? Israel. So you have to understand the law. This is what they were talking about. They wasn't talking about, yeah, he's out there castrating you, just love him anyway. You sold your kids to 2 states over, love him anyway. Let's go back.
That's a lot, if I can say. And where we get our confusion is when we talk about the heathen nations, they were not under the law.
Mm-hmm.
So they lived under a system of feudalism, which they still live today. Feudalism is might is right. I kick in your door, I rape your grandmother, I rape your son, I get rid of your dad. This is mine, this is my possession. But we were law bound. So what they did is they taken their form of slavery and blended it with our thing of what we would call slavery and perverted it. So today when we use the word slavery, we're not talking about the same thing, even though we're using the same word to talk about it.
Right.
Because all of the slavery that we're talking about, we just read in 1 Timothy 6:1, that these are your brethren. And all of your brethren are what? Law bound. They're all bound by the statutes, laws, and covenants of the Most High. But the heathen nations are one. They weren't. But when they brought them two together, then we perverted the word and the very dynamic of what slavery is.
Right. Yeah, kind of. But we're reading it.
Yeah.
We're reading it out of Leviticus 25:41.
And then shall he depart from thee, both he and his children with him. Thou shalt return unto his own family, and unto the possession of his fathers shall he return. For they are my servants, which I brought forth out of the land of Egypt. They shall not be sold as bondmen. Thou shalt not rule over him with rigor, but shalt fear Yahweh, both thy bondmen and thy bondmaids, which thou shalt have, shall be of the heathen that are round about you. Of them shall ye buy bondmen and bondmaids.
So for the Israelites, no bondmen, no bondmaids, or serving with rigor. But there's a difference. This is it's Moses speaking. It's Moses. It's not the Most High. This is the Most High giving this law. And he feels differently about Israel and the other nations. So Israel couldn't serve as bondmen to each other. But now he says, of the heathen round about you, you can have them as bondmen. Go ahead.
45. Moreover, of the children of the strangers that do sojourn among you, of them shall ye buy, and of their families that are with you.
So the heathen that are round about, that means live close, or even the strangers, the heathen that sojourn with you, they can be bondmen. This isn't our words. This is the Bible speaking. And you can put whatever twist you want on it. You can try to, but you can't change what it says that Israel, you can't make your brethren serve as bondmen. But them cats that's here or around about and ain't Israel, you can make them bondmen. That's simple and plain, ain't it?
Yeah.
And it goes in detail. It said you can't make them, your brethren, serve with rigor. But you're to treat them as a hired servant. But it's different if it's somebody that's in the land or lives around the land that's not of Israel. Keep going. We're going to get more into it with that Deuteronomy 29. Go ahead.
Which they beget in your land, and they shall be your possession. And ye shall take them as an inheritance for your children after you, to inherit them for a possession.
So they go down to the children, their children, they stay your bondmen. That's the laws of God. Go ahead.
But over your brethren, hold on, where am I? Let me start.
Verse 45, I thought.
Yeah, let me start back at the top. 26. And ye shall take them as an inheritance for your children after you, to inherit them for a possession. They shall be your bondmen forever. But over your brethren, the children of Israel, ye shall not rule one over another with rigor.
See, there's a difference. Oh, so pause there. This, what we're reading, proves Deuteronomy 29th chapter to be a terrible place to go if you're looking to say God made a covenant with the heathen and Israel, making them equal. And we're going to read that in Deuteronomy 29. But first, I want to play this silly little video. Not God's logic. Hold up. Where y'all? Oh, that's Kalak. Yeah. Hold. Have a seat, man. What are you doing? So I'm about to play this video. Hold up. Let me play this video from. This is Simpleton Logic debating y'all side.
Deuteronomy 29, 9 to 15, watch what it says there. It says, therefore keep the words of this covenant and do them, that you may prosper in all that you do. You are standing today, all of you, before the Lord your God, the heads of your tribes, your elders, and your officers, and all the men of Israel. That's all Israel, right? So all the men of Israel are covered. Your wives. Now guess what? It says, and the sojourner who is in your camp. So this is a non-Israelite. From the one who chops your wood to the one who draws your water, so that you may enter into the sworn covenant of the Lord your God, which the Lord your God is making with you today. So just to learn this, we see that the Gentiles, the non-Israelites, are also accepted and sworn into the covenant that's given to Israel.
See that? That's false. That's false. Completely false. Now we're gonna go and read it ourselves because he did a terrible, terrible job. And yes, some cats try to argue and say that's Israelites, the sojourners, but no. We're actually reading the sojourners, right? In Leviticus 25. But let's go to Deuteronomy. Go to Deuteronomy where he mentioned 29, but we're going to, he read this, I think, 11.
No, he read a little bit.
10 and 11, but he didn't.
12, 11, and 12.
He didn't read the whole thing. He didn't.
Read 11 and 12.
And he did, all he did is what Christians do, scoffers do. He pointed out his one little verse and said it means something. And then you just, if you don't study or you just hate the Israelites, you're like, oh, you in the crowd sound like a fool. So let's go Deuteronomy 29, but start at verse 1, because that's important.
Can I read it?
Because it talks about the covenant. Yeah, you can read it, but you gotta come a little closer, like next to Yaquan. Deuteronomy 29, read verse 1. Then we're going to drop to verse 9. So we're going to get the understanding of that verse that he pulled out, not God logic. Let me get that when you got it.
Okay. These are the words of
Deuteronomy 29.
oh yeah, Deuteronomy 29 verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
These are the words of the
Covenant. So the topic, the context is the words of the covenant. Go ahead.
which the Lord commanded Moses to make with the children of Israel.
The children of who?
Of Israel.
Israel. So let's see if he says, and everybody else that's hanging out with him, children of Israel and their servants, children of Israel and the Moabites who they just conquered, children of Israel and the Hamites. Let's see if it says that. Go ahead.
Wait, where am I at?
Moses made with children of Israel, verse 1.
In the Lord of
In the land
of
Moab. So that's where they were at. this is speaking of the covenant he made with the children of Israel in the land of Moab.
Beside the I said
Beside the covenant
covenant which he made with them in Horeb.
Horeb. So he made the covenant in Horeb. Now they back in the land of Moab, about to go into Israel, and it's solidifying the same covenant that he made with the children of Israel. Doesn't say anybody else, says children of Israel. That's verse 1. That's the context. Speaking, it's the words of the covenant that he made with the children of Israel. Now drop to verse 9.
9, okay. Keep therefore the words of the covenant and do them.
Keep therefore the words of this covenant and do them. Some of the words of this covenant that you're to do is not make bondmen out of the children of Israel, but you can make bondmen out of everybody else. Just a little side note. This is the words it said. That's some of the words of the covenant to do them. Go ahead.
That he may prosper in all that ye do.
Mm-hmm.
Ye stand this day all of you before the tribes.
Before Yahweh, hold up.
Wait, I skipped.
Before the Lord,
your God, and your captain of your tribe, your elder.
So this is who's standing before the Lord their God, Yahweh their God. The captains of the tribes. Go ahead.
Your elders and your officers with all the men of Israel.
Mm-hmm.
Your little ones, you wives.
So you stand here, Israel, with your captains, your elders, officers, all the men, your little ones, your wives, and
thy strangers, that in thy camp,
mm-hmm.
from the of
thy wood. This is the stranger in the camp. Now it's letting you know the stranger in the camp from the hewer of thy wood, the stranger that's the hewer of thy wood. It's a what? If you don't gotta hew the wood, but your stranger does, that's your what?
Servant.
Right. Go ahead.
Unto the drawer of the water.
So you're standing here with your captains, elders, officers, men, all the men of Israel. Your little ones, that's your children, your wives, and the stranger that's your servant. Go ahead.
That thou shouldest enter into covenant with the Lord thy God, and into the oath which the Lord thy God maketh with thee this day.
Who makes with who? Who's he making? Israel. Who's standing here with all of his captains, elders, children, wives, and servants. The covenant is still being made with what is said in verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
The children of Israel. Go ahead.
I was at 13.
Read 13.
Okay. That he may establish these today for a people unto himself, and that he may be unto thee a God, as he hath said unto thee, and as he hath sworn into thy fathers.
So this is important. He didn't read this. He didn't read this verse in that video. It's the person is talking to. that he's establishing the covenant with. He also established it with what? You got pick up for him, Kalak. Let Kalak do it. Kalak, pick up where he left off.
I was at
Verse 13.
Okay, Deuteronomy.
The part it says, we're going into as he has sworn
As he
unto.
has sworn unto thee, as he has sworn unto thy fathers,
Mhm.
to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob.
So who's he making the covenant with?
Israelites.
Right. Is the servants' fathers Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob? So, and then it said, keep the words of this covenant. Let's go back to Leviticus 25 and 45. These are words of the covenant that are being instructed to keep. So if it's to the strangers, something ain't making sense. Read that. 45. Go ahead, pick that
It
back up.
reads, moreover, of the children of the strangers that do sojourn among you, of them shall ye buy, and of their families that are with you, which they begat in your land.
So real quick, the strangers that sojourn with you. Because I heard an argument that, they're going into the land. This is for when they get into the land, right? But it's speaking in the now. It's saying everything in the wilderness is a wait to go into the land. It's only a 40-year wait because the first group of niggas was wicked as hell, and he said, y'all gonna die off. But he's explaining when you go into the land, you're going with people that sojourn with you, and that's who he's talking about. These strangers that do sojourn among you, not that are going to. It doesn't say the strangers that are gonna come and sojourn with you. And actually, Deuteronomy 29 lets you know there is some strangers that's sojourning with Israel. Who is he talking about? That's who he's talking about. Of those strangers that sojourn among you, they can't be Israelites because they can't be bondmen. Them shall ye buy, and of their families that are with you. Go ahead, pick back up.
Which they begat in your land, and they shall be your possession.
Real quick. So, and their family, because then when you get in the land, they're going to beget families. You got the strangers that's with you now, then they're going to beget families. So he said, them and the families they beget. Go ahead.
Verse 46, and ye shall take them as an inheritance for your children after you, to inherit them for a possession. They shall be your bondmen forever.
This is the words of the covenant. How could this apply? How could this covenant be with the hewers of the wood and the drawers down to the drawers of water if they're the ones that he says you can keep them possession, bondmen and women forever? So if anything, if that's the covenant they're coming into, I mean, so if you want to say, yeah, they're coming into covenant, then it's fine. But it said you have to do the words of this covenant. So that means me being the hewer of wood, this is the part of the words of the covenant that I have to follow. I have to give myself to be a bondman forever. That's the words of the covenant, is it not? Go ahead.
Verse
They shall be a bondman forever at 46.
But over your brethren, the children of Israel, ye shall not rule one over another with rigor.
Right. So his name should be foolish logic, not God logic. Let me get one more. Deuteronomy 28:15 to 41 to 44, just to show it is not bringing the servants into the covenant equal with Israel. If anything, then they're placed in the covenant, that a covenant's a contract. So if anything, they're contracting to play this role that we just read. If anything, right? Because
it's not the things that apply to us apply to them.
Right. It's not even that hard, but they try to make it like, and you know, some idiot's going to be fooled by, oh man, he talks good and he over talks people and his name's God Logic. No, his name should be No Logic. Let's get 28:15 and then drop to 41:44.
Deuteronomy 28:15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of Yahweh thy power, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Right. So everybody that comes into this covenant, right, if they break the covenant by not keeping the commandments, these punishments are going to come on. Right. Now what we're about to read is some of these punishments, and let's see if there's any way that it can be a level playing field and we're both under the same covenant, because that's definitely not going to make sense, because how's this punishment going to work? So read 41 to 43. I mean 44.
41, 44.
This is a punishment that comes on the whoever went under this covenant. Whoever this covenant was made with, this is a punishment for not keeping the commandments and breaking it.
Deuteronomy 28:41. Thou shalt begot sons and daughters, but thou shalt not enjoy them, for they shall go into captivity.
Where you wasn't supposed to be bondmen, now you are, as a punishment. Your sons and daughters are going to become bondmen. Go ahead.
All thy trees and fruit of thy land shall be locusts consumed. The stranger that is within thee shall The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low.
Wait, how? The stranger is supposed to get the same punishment.
Yeah.
How is this possible?
Don't make no sense.
Don't make no sense. This is a punishment that they're going to get above. We all just supposed to be sold off to slavery. Go ahead.
He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him.
So now the strangers are going to lend to you, and you not lend to them. You were supposed to be the lender that didn't lend on usury to your brother, but you can lend to the heathen that was with you with usury. But the punishment is going to be now you can't lend to the stranger lend to you. How is it the same? Crazy. Go ahead.
He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail.
It's ridiculous. Go back to Deuteronomy 29, verse 14, 15 again.
Deuteronomy 29.
Yeah, verse 14, 15 again. Just what we just read, showing that this doesn't make sense at all.
Deuteronomy 29:14. Neither with you only do I make this covenant and this oath, but with them.
Oh, Salaki. So the point now, okay, now we're back in Deuteronomy 29, and so no, we're reading down further. I said we already read it. Salaki. So now we're reading even down further, which not God logic didn't read that far. So now we're reading down further, and go ahead, verse 14 again, Salaki.
Okay. Neither with you only do I make this covenant and this oath, but with him that standeth here with
real
us.
Quick, Solar, because if he did read down, he might have stopped right there. That's where he might have stopped and would have said, it ain't just with Israel, it's with the hewers of wood and the drawers of water, because not just with you do I make this oath. Now read verse 15.
But with him that standeth here with us this day before Yahweh our power, and also with him that is not here with us this day.
Which means Psalms 105, 6 to 10. Exactly. Let's get Psalm 105, 6 to 10. That's future generations. It's letting you know this covenant doesn't end. It continues with your seed.
Psalm 105.
Right. Man, these cats need to stop. No God logic and no swag Malone.
105, 6. O ye seed of Abraham, his servant, ye children of Jacob, his chosen. He is Yahweh, our power. His judgments are in all the earth. He have remembered his covenant forever. The words which he commandeth to 1,000 generations.
That's what it's talking about. Not just with you, but with your generations. Go ahead.
Which covenant he made with Abraham and his oath unto Isaac, and confirmed the same unto Jacob for a law, and to Israel for for an everlasting covenant.
Wait, why David left out the heathens? He left out this hewers of the wood and drawers of water. Yeah, that's what it meant. It's not just for you here today, but for your generations that come after. So now we can drop that. That you don't even gotta do too much. That right there is enough. It makes 0 sense. The damn Leviticus says the strangers can be the bondmen, and Deuteronomy said the punishment would be the stranger get up above you and you get below. Then how is it an equal playing field and just a part of the covenant?
God.
Crazy.
It's a controversy with Isaiah 14.
This fool logic. All right, let's go back. Leviticus 25:47-55.
God. And if a sojourner or stranger wax rich by thee, and thy brother that dwelleth by him wax poor, and sell himself unto the stranger or sojourner by thee, or to the stock of the stranger's family, after that he is sold, he may be redeemed again. One of his brethren may redeem him. Either his uncle or his uncle's son may redeem him, or any that is nigh of kin unto him of his family may redeem him.
Mm-hmm.
Or if he be able, he may redeem himself. That goes back to 28:68.
Yeah.
Sold, no man
Yep.
will buy you. It really means redeem.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But they try to use that.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
And it shows like there was ways you could get out of that condition of being a servant or a slave. Yeah, and that's what it was talking about.
this one, you're not going to be able to get out of it.
Right, exactly.
All right, verse 50. And he shall reckon with him that bought him from the year that he was sold to him unto the year of Jubilee. And the price of his sale shall be according unto the number of years. According to the time of an hired servant shall it be with him. If there be yet many years behind, according unto them he shall give again the price of his redemption out of the money that he was bought for.
Mm-hmm.
And if there remain but few,
so that's another one, showing fairness with the Most High, that everything has to be done righteously. When you buy them out, you can't just sell them out of this captivity for what you pay for them. There's a difference. It's going to be less because depending on how long he did serve. Exactly. Go ahead. Because the Edomite going to try to be like, well, I bought him for 5,000. You going to pay me 5,000. And you done had him in servitude for 5 years.
Just balance.
Right. Just balance. Exactly. Most High, he's establishing just balance. Go ahead.
I'm at the top of 51 again. If there be yet many years behind, according unto them he shall give again the price of his redemption out of the money that he was bought for. And if there remain but few years unto the year of Jubilee, then he shall count with him, and according unto his years shall he give him again the price of his redemption. And as a yearly hired servant shall he be with him, and the other shall not rule with rigor over him in thy sight.
Mm-hmm.
And if he be not redeemed in these years, then he shall go out in the year of Jubilee, both he and his children with him. For unto me the children of Israel are servants.
Mm-hmm.
They are my servants, whom I brought forth out of the land of Egypt.
Mm-hmm.
I am Yahweh, your Most High.
Right, Israel. So Israel's not supposed to serve nobody else. Israel's just not as a bondman, not with regular. Israel is the Most High servant. And before we close out, I want to go through a few, just showing. We've already showed the division the Most High has for Israel, but I want to bring out a few scriptures, precepts. If you don't got them, get your notebook, showing the favoritism he has for Israel and who's his elect, his called, his beloved, his prophets, the church, everything that you would think of that the Christian church now would claim to. The Bible says who these labels were for and who the Most High chose. So first, who's God's elect? Isaiah 45:4. And I'm trying to breeze through because it's 4:40. So not going to do a lot of breaking down. We'll just keep it simple and plain. Who's God's elect? Somebody give me Isaiah 45:4.
Isaiah 45:4. For Jacob, my servant's sake, and for Israel, mine elect.
So who's the elect? Israel.
Mine elect.
Go ahead.
I have even called thee by thy name. I have surnamed thee, though thou hast not known me.
Somebody give me Isaiah 48:12. Who is Yahweh's called? Isaiah 48:12. When
Isaiah
it talks about
48:12.
who he's called, who's his called? Go ahead.
Hearken unto me, O Jacob and Israel, my call. I am he. I am the first. I also am the last.
So I challenge anybody, show me where Moab is his called. Show me where Edom is his called. Israel's his elect. Israel's his called. Who's his beloved? Baruch 3:36.
Say it again.
Baruch 3:36. Who is the Most High Yahweh's beloved?
And it reads, he hath found out all the way of knowledge, and hath given it unto Jacob his servant, and to Israel his beloved.
Israel's his beloved. So when you read the New Testament, my beloved, Paul writes a letter and says, to the beloved in Rome, to the beloved in Corinth, whatever. To the called in Corinth, to the called in Rome. Who is these called? Who's the elect? Who is the beloved? It's Israel. And it's proven in scriptures. So, like, once again, I'm waiting for anybody to come show us other nations that get these labels called prophets. Amos 2:11. Who's the prophets? Yahweh's prophets. Somebody get Acts 7:37.
Did you say Amos 2:11?
Khan. This is who is Yahweh's prophets.
Amos 2:11. And I raised up of your sons for prophets, and of your young men for Nazarites. Is it not even thus, O ye children of Israel, saith Yahweh?
Children of Israel. That's the prophets. Where does it say Ishmael's the prophets? Where does it say Ham is the prophets? You don't find it. Israel's the prophets, the called, the elect, the church. Acts 7:37. Because Christianity teaches who's the church? We're the church. Christians are the church. Catholics are the church.
Acts.
Bible don't say that. This is what the Bible says. 37.
7:37.
Mm-hmm.
This is that Moses which said unto the children of Israel,
Mm-hmm.
a prophet shall the Yahweh your power raise up unto you of your brethren, like unto me, him shall ye hear.
Verse 38.
This is he that was in the church in the wilderness with the angels which spake unto him in Mount Sinai, and with your fathers who received the lively oracles to give unto us.
So who's the church?
Israel.
Israel. Israel's the church. Israel's the prophets. Israel's the called. Israel's the elect. Who's his inheritance?
Romans 9:4 on there.
I ain't even put that because this is the answer to who it is, regardless.
So that goes into.
But yeah, but who's
adoption and covenants?
right? I ain't even go there. I'm going to specific titles.
Right.
The church, the called, the beloved. Who's his inheritance? Jeremiah 51:19. And then somebody give me 2 Ezra 8:45 and we'll close out. So who's his inheritance? When it talks about his inheritance, anywhere in New Testament, wherever, who's the inheritance? Go ahead.
So Jeremiah 50:19.
51 and 19.
51. Jeremiah 51:19. The portion of Jacob is like them, for he is the former of all things, and Israel is the rod of his inheritance. The Yahweh of hosts is his name.
So who's Yahweh's inheritance?
Israel.
Israel. Who's his creature? 2 Ezra 8:45. So, because I think Paul talks about his creature at times or something. Well,
So,
who's his creature?
2nd Ezra 8:45. Be
Mhm.
not wroth with us, but spare thy people,
Thy people,
and have mercy upon thy own inheritance.
Israel. We just read that.
For thou art merciful unto thy creature.
Who's his creature?
Israel.
His creature, his inheritance, the church, his prophets, his beloved, his called, his elect, all Israel. And we didn't even do saints. That's Psalm 148:14. Israel. It's Israel, Israel, Israel.
Deuteronomy 32:9.
If you want to bring it out before we close out, you can.
For Yahweh's portion is his people. Jacob is the lot of his inheritance.
Yeah. Jacob's his inheritance. The apple of his eye. It's all about Jacob. It's all about Israel with the Most High. Church, everybody needs to understand that. If you Israelite that don't know, you need to understand it. Because they lying to you.
Exodus 19:5. Now therefore, if ye will obey my voice indeed and keep my covenant, then ye shall be a peculiar treasure unto me above all people, for all the earth is mine, and ye shall be unto me a kingdom of priests and holy nation. These are the words which shall thou speak unto the children of Israel.
And I like that verse. That's why it's so important for us to come back to being obedient, to keeping the laws of God, because it said you're a peculiar people. I like this verse. Like when you bring out Deuteronomy 7:6, you should bring this out too, because it gives you the conditions. That that's what you are, but it's if you are obedient. And then other verses prove that even though when we ain't obedient, he puts us aside. That's to get us right. Still the peculiar people. But to actually be in that state comes with that obedience as a people.
That's us. Deuteronomy 14. Deuteronomy 10:14. Behold, the heavens and the heavens of heavens is Yahweh's, thy power. The earth also with all that is therein. Only Yahweh had a delight in thy fathers to love them and to choose their seed after them, even you above all people as it is this day.
Right. And these verses is other ones that also go. But that there though is Deuteronomy. Oh, same book Deuteronomy 29 is then, huh? Right. So that wouldn't make sense. It doesn't say I delighted in your fathers and the fathers of your hewers of wood. Your fathers of your drawers of water. Just don't say it. But yeah, let's close out this real quick, and we're gonna get to the food and drink. That's it for class today. Hope it was edifying for anybody watching online. Once again, we're Hebrew chosen elect. If you didn't catch the beginning of this video or any other videos, we are taking donations for our upcoming coat giveaway in December, around the beginning of winter, December 21st. If it's in your heart to help us out to get these coats out, or winter clothing and blankets or winter apparel, get in, and you want to donate any physical items, you can get in contact with me or Brother Yakanan. Also, we accept Cash App donations at hashtag BDANI01. Cash tag that. Earmark that coat drive if you donate. Or also, we said before, you can donate cash if you're able to come in person. Lastly, I want to give all praise, glory, and honor Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, Shabbat Shalom, and Kwam Yashalom.